Hello, welcome back. I'm Tonya from Tonya's Witchy Kitchen. And how are you doing today? We had some awesome rain and really needed that rain. And so we'll be having sunshine, and it's just the perfect mix for growing things. Sunshine and rain. I can't ask for anything else. Good soil. Which reminds me, I have a couple of plants I need to transplant. You know, you buy them in those itty bitty pots, you know, that are like, you know, I'm pretty sure the roots in there are just solid and there's no dirt left. Maybe this weekend. I'll get it done. I'll get it done. It's on my to-do list, which is like, oh, but okay. So receipt paper, you know, that's my to-do list. Just never ending. So have you been waiting? Have you been excited? I have been, just to get these videos up and off my iPad to share them with you. Honestly, to share them. It's been so much fun. I had so much fun doing the summer soaps. There are quite a few. So don't be surprised if in the middle of it, I just decide on a whim to throw in a different video on something totally random and different. So, and you know, different than soaps. But hey, you know me. It wouldn't shock me at all. But anyway, that's where we're headed today. We are doing the very first of the Here Comes Summer soaps. So 3 things: be kind, be forgiving, be you. And let's go check out the very first soap of the soap series, the Bora Salt Bar. Okay, into our soaps. I'm so excited. So our first soap is a salt bar. I love salt bars. There's just something about those salt bars. Even a salt brine bar. But we're not going to talk about those. That's a different thing. This is literally a salt bar. Salt bar. Pink Himalayan salt bar. Nothing too drastically different when you talk about the types of oils or, you know, the lye water or anything. For me, it's pretty much all the same. Some people go high on the coconut end because the salt will bump your bubble down, okay? But I think if you do the right amount of oils and a good blend, I don't have that problem. But I do bump the coconut up. I'm not going to lie. It is bumped up there. But anyway, this scent is Bora by Be Scented, who is going out of business. So sad. So sad. Yep. It's so sad. I don't know. Do you think it's because of the tariffs or is it something else? I'm not sure. Maybe they're just going to revamp all their fragrance oils. I don't know. But anyway, for this, I divide it into 2 separate colors. That one is Love of Sunshine. And watch what I do. This is so bad. This is why I get lumpy clumps of mica in my soap. Yeah. I didn't mix it up. I didn't even mix up the mica with the oils that were in there. Like, who does that? I just mix them up with water. You don't have to disperse them in oils. They disperse in water too. Alcohol if you're doing them in melt and pour, but I don't put them in alcohol. It does kind of make them a little bit brighter, but it also accelerates the hell out of your soap. So yeah, you don't always want to do that. But anyway, so taking this chunky mess, and we're going to mix up my Love of Sunshine. And the other color is Tequila Sunrise. That one is by Mad Micas. Love of Sunshine is by Nurture Homemade. And I probably could have used a little more color. Don't ask me why, but my salt bars are always muted. I will tell you, I even put these in the oven to hot process or to C-pop. But yeah, they just very muted in color, very muted. But and you could see it here. It could have used a little bit more color than what I had in there. One thing to remember about salt bars is you don't want the the batter so fluid that the salt sinks to the bottom. They say it does set up fast. They do set up fast, which is why I put them in a silicone, it just sounded funny, mold, simply for the fact that I do get so sidetracked, and if it was in a solid bar, I would probably end up, chunking that out, the next day. So, like I said, just make sure it's thick enough and that your salt is immersed and not heavier than your soap batter. And then it's into the mold they go, or it goes, the batter goes. I really should have done 2 colors that weren't so close on the color wheel, but hindsight's 2020. They might have turned out prettier if I had like a teal and the yellow, or a pink. I have this beautiful magenta neon from Nurture's Homemade. It's a mica. That would have been really pretty with the orange. But yeah, what do I say? Hindsight's 2020, right? So just putting it in the mold, and then I will tap it down when I have enough in all of them. Just do one more splotch. Yep. Just a little bit more. Just a little bit more. Because you want them full, You want them full. I can't cut these any different, so, yeah. And then my typical, cover them with saran wrap, and like I said, I did put them in the oven at 170 for about a half an hour, and as you can see, they really heated up. They got a little, yeah. And when I noticed they were bubbling, I did take them out and just put them on the counter and let them sit there for a few weeks. They are cute though. And then I had the 2 extra ones on the side. You always end up with a little bit of extras with the salt bar, because that's just how it is. And here they are. They're beautiful salt bars. I hope you had a good time. Thank you for dropping by, and I will see you next time. And God bless.